Louise. I'm a registered osteopath with a degree in psychology, masters in neuroscience. I have seen Hector treating at least 800 patients with the enhanced technique, and I have been impressed with the results that he's obtained. I've been impressed with sorting out problems that are difficult to treat, such as severe disc problems. Walk in, people crawl into the practice in pain and they walk out. I think probably the best thing is to try it.
I'm Hector Wells. I was trained as an osteopath. I want to really show how to increase the effectiveness of your own touch. Now, I was told a 2-person technique, a 3 or 4-person technique is superior in clinical outcomes than a 1-person technique. And at the time I found that difficult to believe, but there is no neurological science available to explain what you're going to see. So you've got to have an open mind. I'm going to test Laura's flexibility. Now, Laura's tension is here, and you can sort of see where she wants to stop when I do that, and hip rotation about there, okay? And what I'm going to do is change my brain activity. And the one way to do that is to bring in smell. This is lemon. So I add smell, and Laura becomes looser. Now remember, it's through my hands this is happening. Something's being conveyed through the hands. Now the next thing is I'm going to do music, which is Leonard Cohen. She's gone looser again. And now taste, which is a Mauam suite. So subtract those inputs and then test Laura again. Okay, and she's tighter. That's 3 inputs, 3 flexibilities, and then back to the original. Okay, subtracting the effectiveness of touch. Now, I'm proposing the electrical activity of my brain change the water tension of my body, and that conveys a change which her water can pick up. Okay, so water is something I'm going to test now. Now I put in water into these bags, 8 litres in that. And we try water. Immediately there's an increase in flexibility. Okay. That's a big change, okay. Water is wet electrical, copper's dry electrical. So we're going to try dry electrical mass, which is copper. This is copper braid, adding it to myself here. And Laura's quite flexible again. Okay. Add some more copper mass. Okay, take the copper off, let the body settle, and she becomes stiff again, or stiffer. So the key thing here is that something is conveying through my hands, and something can be subtracted to make the body tighter. Now, there is no neurological explanation for that. And there is no possibility of being placebo because you could subtract the effect. Now what I've done is realise if I increase my mass, my electrical mass, I can increase the flexibility of the person I touch. So what I've done is, there's Laura there. I've created these pads and they increase Laura's flexibility as I increase my mass, and the effect is conveyed through my hands. Okay, so the starting point, now the treatment or any interaction, is a much more flexible subject. Much more flexible than I could get if it was a one-on-one practitioner. Okay? Let's look at the material with grain in. Here's wood. Now the water will line up along the structure of the trunk, and the water here will line up in the structure of the body. But if I put an earth on the body, the water has to twist towards the low earth or the earthing point. If I take it off, it'll go back to the old structure because it lines up well, but if I put an earth point on, all charge will try to go to the lowest potential. Now that's what we're going to see now, is that I'm going to use an earth point. Now an earth point is something you're familiar with. Every time you touch a tap, a kettle, a fridge, a cooker, any electrical plants will be earth. So I'm going to start with this earth point, okay? Now all my charge wants to go to this point, but it does mean that everything in my hand will be disrupted, okay? If I take the earth point out, again, law is not as flexible, okay? Now I'm going to earth Laura here on one arm, so all the charge wants to go, her water grain will want to go here, it will twist towards her arm, okay? Okay, if you do two, now you've got charge coming from both sides of her body to that point. It dominates the body's charge system. Now she puts it on her forehead. Now she's got 3 points everything's going to. The body has been disrupted 3 times with that process. So what we're really looking at, we take it off, let the body settle a little bit. Now the water goes back to its old grain. It goes from there to there, okay? And what do we get? Laurie's stiffer again. She's gone back to her old body tension. Okay? So now we begin to realise that the hands do convey something. We can amplify it and subtract it, but our tension state is critical of how we influence the body we touch. I would like to train 10 people how to do the emotional release techniques for chronic grief and single event trauma, bone release technique, which is great for sports performance, okay, and body flexibility. All the changes I cannot achieve with the same speed, effectiveness and stability on my own. I need the enhanced touch techniques, okay. Now I hope you found it interesting, and I'm happy to share with you what I've learned. But thank you for watching. I do hope you will get in contact. Thank you.